Hey YouTube, we're back for another video. How are you guys doing? And as you guys read from the title, do you only click for one reason? You want to know how I busted my ass. Pause. So the reason I busted my ass, I was around 6th grade, maybe 7th grade, who knows. It was one of those dates. It was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I still have the scar, yes, if you're asking. I'm not finna show you because y'all finna flame me. I already know, alright? So let's get to the story. So this is my first time going, because if you guys don't know, I'm Hispanic. Yeah, I'm Hispanic. Just make your jokes, get the jokes out of the way. I clean lawns, whatever. So I am Colombian, and I was going to Colombia for the first time. It's 7th grade, 6th grade, whenever I went to Colombia, I was going for the first time. So it was like maybe 4 days after I got there. We went to my cousin's house. When he lives in a farm, not your average Ronald McDonald had a farm. No. I'm talking about some expensive ass shit. Nah, but yeah, we lived in a farm. Well, he lived in a farm, and I visited his farm. I was sleeping there for a while, at least. I mean, I slept there for like maybe a week or something because we were there for a while. And the day that we were supposed to leave, I remember the day perfectly, bro. This shit was so cold. It was around December, and if I have any Colombians there, you know how cold it gets during December. I mean, your nose starts getting runny, and as soon as your nose starts getting runny, icicles start popping out of that shit. Pause. But for real, I was just like cold as shit. I was sick. I was feeling terrible, and we were supposed to go meet up with our other cousins because, you know, we're trying to have fun. We're trying to meet everybody before we go. We're trying to have a good time. We're just trying to do everything possible because, like, we're just trying to get out the way because, you know, first time there, we're all just have expectations. I know you guys can feel this in a different level, so we were just having a lot of fun. So this mountain, we had to climb. I want to say climb down. It had like a little sidewalk thing that you could like walk down. But when I say this might be the most slanted walk, bro, the mountain hit a 90-degree angle. Like, I'm saying, I swear this shit was the straightest mountain I've ever seen in my fucking life. And as a 13-year-old or 12-year-old or however I was, I don't remember. I'm sorry. Memory is hazy. You know, I cracked my skull, whatever. I didn't really remember when it was. I already told you it was like 4 years ago, so it's probably around there. But the mountain was super straight, so we started to walk down, right? And me younger, I was just like, the fuck, it's just a mountain, you know. What bad can happen? Because, you know, I would do shit without thinking of a consequence. I still do that now. Look at that statue, 1,200. But we were just doing it without consequence. We didn't care. So I was with my brother. It was just me and my brother, and I started walking down. And there was a couple of us walking down because, you know, the mountain's slanted as fuck. You don't know what happens. So I had an iPad with me, all right, and I'm talking about like Generation 1 iPad. Y'all don't know about that. It was like Generation 2. Let me stop capping. But it was like a Generation 2 iPad. And it had a case. I bought the case in Colombia, which is it's a funny story. I bought the case in Colombia because my iPad didn't have a case. So I started going down the mountain, right? I just started dipping down the mountain. I was just like, I'm having a fun time, and we're all just there. And my brother was like, "Yo, slow down." I'm like, "All right." So then I turn around and I start jogging and shit. I hit one of these. I promise you. I just recorded that. I promise you. I just did that. And when I say I start slowly increasing my speed, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I going so fast? Like I'm like what that kid in the car goes like, why are we going so motherfucking fast? Whoa! I start hitting one of those, and I'm like, I look behind me, and I see my iPad is slipping. I'm like, wait, let me grab this hoe. So I grab my iPad, and at the same time I grab the iPad, I trip. And I told you, this vertical degree ass mountain, bro, this is the shit that gets me pissed off. Imagine a degree ass mountain and you trip from that shit. You're dead. You're fucking dead. So my lucky ass, I tripped on the sidewalk. So my head and the sidewalk and then the rocks in half, I landed on that. And for like at least 10 minutes, I was scraping my skull on that sidewalk. Like all you hear is, and my skull is just, when I say it looks like a cheese grater is just jamming into my head, you see, pss, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck? And I promise you, I didn't feel anything. I swear I didn't feel anything. Like, you don't feel anything when, like, something like that. I did not feel a thing. I just fell, and I had more injuries than that, just during that. So I stand up, like, look, I look like Superman. I'm like, what happened? I just stood up, and then all I see is the rest of my family just start booking it. Like, I mean, like if a school shooter was right behind them, they start hitting they start dipping, like they're running. So while they're running, I'm like, oh, what happened? I just felt like I got back on my fine. And they're like, touch your head. When I touch my head, I've never felt so much blood in my life. All the blood fell on my fucking hand, and I'm like, ah! I start screaming hard as fuck. I start screaming super loudly, and the first thing they do, we go to a hospital, right? They take off my shirt and they give me a fucking rag, dude. Bro, they gave me a fucking rag. What am I supposed to do with a rag? Like, tell me. Please tell me. So, I put a rag on my head, and I'm just trying not to fall asleep, because I'm thinking it's like one of these movie shits where, like, if you fall asleep, it's gone, you're dead. So my dumb ass is like, alright, fine, I'm not gonna die. I'm just stay alive. I'm just stay alive. So I stayed awake the whole time. And me and my brother get to the hospital, and I'm just scared as shit. Like, I hate needles. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, wait, don't they need to like put like anesthesia to stitch my shit open? Like, I didn't know that you didn't need it, but they didn't have any anesthesia, so they stitched my shit without like anything, without any like substance. So I felt every single fucking pain possible. Like, they didn't have anything. They probably just squirted water on my shit, to be honest. Squirted water, pause, and they put my stitches on, and I'm like, bro, this is crazy. So I put on my stitches. And my brother started calling my mom from the back, and my mom was crying, you know, she doesn't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. So then, I'm just skip to the part where they took my shit off, because, you know, we didn't stay in Colombia forever. I still had my stitches when I got out of Colombia. So, we didn't go to a doctor. My brother did it. For legal reasons, I don't know if it's legal reasons, but just so you guys know, my brother is a nurse, whatever. James, if you're watching this, I don't know what the fuck you are, but he knows how to take off stitches. So when we're in my room, right, we're just chilling. Like, I mean, we're just kicking it. And my brother, he says, oh, let me take off your stitches, because, you know, it's about time. So he comes back, and I'm talking about some barber scissors. Like, I mean some like, get un cortado, a haircut. And I'm like, what the fuck? And my brother takes out these scissors, and he lights that shit on fire. Like, you know, like how they do in like magic tricks. Like, I'm talking about like some Stevie Wonder. Wait, Stevie Wonder's not even a magician. What am I saying? But he takes off that fire shit, and it was just cool. He took it off, and it actually didn't look that bad, you know. If you guys want to see the scar, this video's gonna have to get like 100 likes or something. I'm not showing you all that scar. I said 100 likes because I've never even got 50 likes. So, but if you guys did enjoy this calm, let me know if you want to hear another story time. I have hella of these that I want to talk to you guys about. I have hella stories. I've definitely busted my ass a couple times. Oh, and I also forgot. You guys said, I did say there was more injuries than my head cracking. When I fell down the mountain, I also landed on my shoulder, and I didn't tell anybody this, but I really had a lot of blisters on my shoulder. Like, I mean, like, you know, one of the scrapes when you fall down on your knee when you're like younger. I had that shit like 3 times on my shoulder, in the exact same shoulder. So I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Did I get herpes on my shoulder? Well, that was enough. I'm done with the jokes. I love you. I'm sorry. All right, bye.